Subscribe to Rajshri Food and click on the bell icon for more updates.
Hi guys, I'm Bhumika. Now that we know so much about chocolate from our previous video, let's make some chocolate decorations today using compound chocolate. Let's get started. I have some dark compound chocolate out here in a glass bowl, but we're going to use the microwave to melt it. So to melt your chocolate in the microwave properly, I would suggest to use a plastic bowl, because in a glass bowl what happens is the bowl becomes really hot and the chocolate overheats. You should always melt your chocolate in the microwave at small bursts. If you do it all together, there's a chance that the chocolate will burn. So first we're going to melt the chocolate for 30 seconds twice. We'll remove the chocolate each time and give it a mix. After that, 20 seconds twice, again we'll take it out of the microwave and give it a mix. And in the end, if the chocolate is still not melted, we'll melt it for 10 seconds at a time. Our chocolate is now nicely melted. Make sure you're not overheating the chocolate because this could burn your chocolate. The most important thing to keep in mind while working with chocolate is that your work surface is completely dry. To make your work surface and instruments dry, you can use a thin cloth that does not leave out any fiber. Apart from that, you can also use tissue paper that does not leave out any fiber once you use it for wiping. Make sure all your instruments are completely dry. To make our first decoration, we are going to use a plastic sheet, which is also called an acetate sheet. This acetate sheet is easily available at any stationery shop. You can cut it in any desired shape that you like. I've cut it out into rectangles like these. Let's start making our first decoration. I'm taking a little bit of oil and putting the plastic sheet on top of the oil. This will make sure that your sheet doesn't move. To make sure that the sheet is properly stuck onto the surface, just run a tissue paper on top of it. Now let's pour some chocolate onto our sheet. About 1.5 spoons should be enough. Now using an angled palette knife, just spread the chocolate onto the sheet. Don't worry if it comes out. Do a fairly thin layer and then lift your sheet from one side. Clean the corners using your fingers and place it right in front of it. Scrape off the excess chocolate from your surface using your palette knife and put it back in the bowl. I'm working in an air-conditioned room, that's why my decorations are setting at room temperature. In case you're working at normal temperature without an AC, put all your decorations on a tray and place it in the fridge for about 5 to 7 minutes. Your chocolate will set easily. The chocolate is set when you touch it, but it's not completely set as of now, so this is the right time to make your cuts. We're going to make rectangles out of this, so I'm using a very sharp knife to make rectangles. To set this properly so that your chocolate sheet doesn't curl up, put a plastic sheet on top of it and place something heavy like a tray or a chopping board on top of it. Our chocolate is set right now, so I'm going to melt it for our second decoration. To remelt your chocolate properly, just put it in the microwave for 10 seconds at a time. Stir it and melt again if required. We've stuck the plastic sheets to our surface. Let's put some chocolate on it now and use a palette knife to spread it. Peel it from one side and wipe the edges using your fingers. I'm going to make triangles out of this. Just give a cut diagonally and then make a straight line. We'll continue making this pattern throughout the sheet. Now let's place this under the chopping board. Let's move on to the third decoration. This is my favorite one. We're going to pipe out things on our plastic sheet. I've already stuck the plastic sheet onto the surface. Now I'm going to fill the piping bag. Twist your piping bag and we'll cut a small hole at the tip. Now let's do the piping. Now let's pick up our plastic sheet and place it on the chopping board. Let's move on to our next decoration now. We're going to make chocolate feathers. For this, I'm going to use a knife which has a tapering edge. Let's dip this into our chocolate. Take off the excess from the edges. And flatten it onto your sheet. Our feathers are now done. We are going to place this in a tube. This is a tube from the center of a tissue roll. Just fold your plastic sheet and put it in the tube. This will give a nice curl to your feathers. Let's move on to the next decoration that we'll be making using cookie cutters. We've stuck the plastic sheets to our surface. Let's put some chocolate on it now. Let's spread it across. Lift your sheet. Clean the edges using your fingers and place it in front of you. Now using our cookie cutters, we'll cut out shapes. Place your cookie cutter and press firmly. Let's place these also under the chopping board. And now for our last decoration, we are going to make some chocolate cups. I have a cupcake pan here and a cupcake liner. We're going to add some chocolate to our cupcake liner. Swirl it around in your hand. The chocolate has reached almost all the sides. Let's tip it over and let the excess drip. Now we'll place this in our cupcake tin. Don't worry if your edges are not covered. Now you can take some more chocolate onto your spoon and apply it on the sides. Let's make a couple more of these. And that's how easy it is to make chocolate decorations using chocolate compound. When you try this out, do let me know about your experience in the comment section below. Ask me any queries that you might have, like this video and subscribe to Rajshri Food. See you next time.